All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Fox 10 Talks here in Phoenix, Arizona, where we kind of take some time to really talk about the big topics of the day and what's happening around the world as well. We have this morning Isabella Fredrickson. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
And we also have Krystal Ortiz, meteorologist here at Fox 10. Good to see you, Krystal.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much for joining and for coming on. So we have a couple of big stories that we're covering for you. Let's go right to this video this morning. And to all of you, good morning in the chat this morning as well. And thank you for liking the video and for sharing the feed. We love this community. You guys are the best, the greatest here. And let's talk about this video. The Grand Canyon fires that we've been watching very, very closely. Still no containment on the Dragon Bravo fire. And that has been the most destructive. It has now grown to about 11,000 acres. The fire's already destroyed 70 buildings, including a historic lodge, that North Rim Lodge that we have up that way. And so it has been just catastrophic. Krystal, we've seen a little bit of relief for crews as of late, right?
Yeah, that's right. So they've said that there has been some help from the monsoonal moisture, which they were expecting. So that was good news. They didn't get maybe as much rain as they were hoping for from what I read, but they did have showers in the vicinity. And actually, if you want to go straight to my graphics, we can show off a map. The last 4 to 8 hours, this is estimated rainfall amounts over the last 2 days. So this is estimated based off of radar returns, meaning it's not exact, but it gives you an idea. The little pockets of green that are the brightest green is estimating around an inch. Anything in the light blue is only like 1/10 of an inch. So you can see where the Grand Canyon is on the map. It's labeled. And then the fires are kind of, one is if you look at the map where it says 89A, it's kind of in that general vicinity. Mm-hmm. The other is just barely north of where the text says Grand Canyon. So there were pockets of heavier rain, but it wasn't like a consistent widespread inch or anything like that. Nonetheless, additional moisture in the air helps with the firefight.
Yeah.
And then, of course, any rain on the ground is going to help out some.
And I think it has helped, right? I mean, we talked about this a little bit about kind of like it's a double-edged sword. You get these lightning strikes because it's the monsoon, right?
Yes,
and then you hope for the best. But it turned out like it's actually helped.
Yeah, and we knew that these ones were going to have a lot of moisture with them, so the dry lightning wasn't as much of a concern here. Although we did have I think a couple of different fires that were sparked over in like the Apache County area.
Yeah, and near St. John's.
Yeah, so I mean, anytime you've got monsoon storms, that's why this is our monsoon season usually coincides with our wildfire season because of the fact that they kind of play off of each other. But yeah, good news was there was some rain. Bad news is, I'll go to my next graphic here. There is going to be like a drying trend. So today there's still about like a 30% chance for a few scattered showers in the area of this is the White Sage Fire forecast, but similar forecast for the Dragon Bravo. Temperatures aren't as bad for the firefighting efforts, which is great because the crews out there have been working really hard now for quite some time. 76 today and then warming towards 80 by the end of the weekend. But you can see tomorrow and Sunday there's isolated shower chances, but realistically it looks more dry than not, and winds increase some. So tomorrow west winds 20 to 25 miles per hour, and then by Sunday southwest winds gusts 20 to 30 miles per hour.
It is just wild. All right, let's go back to that video because Isabella, and I know the folks have been chiming in, in the chat about it, about, the kind of the smoke and everything that they've been experiencing.
Yeah. One of our viewers, Troy, he's watching from Washington, and he says he's noticed the past few days it's been very hazy over that way. So he's wondering if that smoke from our Grand Canyon fires has gone all the way north to Washington.
Is that possible, Krystal, when you see does smoke kind of linger? And
I mean, in theory, it could be possible, although I don't think that. I'm pulling up one second. I have a smoke track graphic that
wonderful. Okay.
Let me go back to right now. Yeah, I don't think that is from us. I'm editing on the fly, so you're going to see
we like this.
Wow.
We like with the edit on the
real time.
This is how streaming shows work. But let me see if I can zoom the camera out a little bit.
While you're working on that, let's go ahead and say hi to some folks in the chat here this morning. Linda Monterth watching from Thatcher in the Safford area. And we know, Linda, that you are hoping that you go ahead and maybe get some rain out there. I think you shared that just the other day. Troy, good morning to you. S. Marino 19, good morning. Mood ENG says, good morning, America. And yes, you're absolutely right, because we are on YouTube this morning as well as Channel 45 here in the Valley. But the chat box is on fire this morning, Isabella.
It is. Everyone's saying good morning, happy Friday, TGIF. So good way to start our
Yes,
Friday morning.
TGIF, absolutely.
Do you want to go back to that?
Sure.
Okay,
Well, I
okay,
just took
let
a
me go
look up
back.
in the Washington area, and as I thought, the wildfire smoke for us is not the culprit for folks that are up in Washington. It actually looks like, based off what I'm seeing here, it looks like there are a couple fires, one in Northern California, and it looks like maybe another one that is actually in Oregon. So,
yes, I think that's the Oregon one. He just says there's a fire in Oregon, so probably
makes sense.
that.
Yep.
What a great
fires
resource
everywhere
though,
this summer.
Well, what a great resource this smoke forecast is, because you can kind of pull it up. We've got viewers from all over the country.
All over the world.
All over the world, in fact. Yeah, thank you. And so let's see, Mr. Pavline, yes, good morning, and thank you. He says, I didn't know this was on Channel 45. Yes, from 10 to 11 a.m. Absolutely. Let's go to this next story, and this is kind of a big deal. Let us know, are you a Steve Miller Band fan? Because of the heat, they've actually canceled the concert.
Yeah, this is interesting. So I read a little bit more on this, and the concert here isn't until October.
Right.
So they said just the concern in general of some of the severe weather that's been impacting the country. They've made some cancellations from flooding to extreme heat.
Wow.
And I decided to look it up, and our average high for the concert date is the 23rd was going to be the date, I think. October 23rd, is that right?
Yes.
I believe it is.
So I looked up, the average high is 87 degrees, which, I mean, I guess maybe as a Valley resident, we have a higher threshold for heat, but that's not that hot. Although we do know in October it can certainly be. I looked at the
warm.
record that date, and the record was 100 degrees for the day.
Oh, wow.
But still, I don't know.
It's not as, I mean, if it was this time of year, like tonight,
I don't know.
you know, I do remember it was 2 years ago when Morgan Wallen was at Chase Field. And when he was at Chase Field, I remember there was like a lot of people saying, oh, it was so hot.
Yeah.
It was very, very warm.
This time of year, it can be risky for any outdoor venues.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so he is here this time of year, again. And they moved it to State Farm Stadium because then they could
Blast
pump
on that AC.
Yeah, pump it all in, pump it in. Troy says, I went from Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma. Oh, we see what you're doing. We see what you're doing this morning.
There's a song that goes like that.
Right? I know. All right, let's go back to this story when it comes to the Steve Miller Band. A Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. They're canceling those upcoming shows, as Krystal just mentioned, happening in October 23rd. They were supposed to be at the pool at Talking Stick Resort in Scottsdale. So the band cites extreme weather, including extreme heat, unpredictable flooding, which we don't usually see flooding that time of year, I feel like.
I'm wondering because they did some cancellations around different parts of the country. So some parts of the country, sure.
Maybe.
We've been seeing that quite a bit recently. But
And they even mentioned tornadoes, hurricanes, massive forest fires, which it says puts audience, band, and crew at risk.
yeah, so it's interesting to go that far out. Obviously, you can't do an accurate forecast for 3 or 4 months out. Yeah.
Pretty wild,
Interesting
I think.
reasoning, yeah.
And I wonder if any of you were in the chat and you've maybe, experienced this before where you've heard of another band canceling or something like that, or maybe you're planning to want to see them this year. I don't know. It looks like Linda Montour said 87 and dry is absolutely perfect.
I know. I'm like,
agree,
that doesn't sound that bad. Right now, I would absolutely take an 87-degree high.
I know. My goodness. All right, let's go to this next story here. Extreme heat emergency. Arizona Senator Ruben Gallego also reintroducing the Extreme Heat Emergency Act. So this bill would add extreme heat to FEMA's major disaster list. Supporters say the legislation would free up money to save lives. Gallego says extreme heat kills more Americans than every other type of extreme weather event combined. And, including contributing to more than 600 deaths in Maricopa County just last year. But this is kind of it is a big deal. I think we see very hot temperatures here in the Valley. It's a dry heat. So
As
we
they
don't.
say, yeah.
Yeah, right. How do you guys both feel about handling the heat? Isabella, let's start with you.
I mean, I totally think it should be classified as an emergency. As you mentioned, there was over 600 deaths last year. This was actually my beat in Tucson the past 2 summers was, heat deaths left and right. There was over 150 heat deaths in Tucson last summer. And so every day I was out there saying, if you don't need to be outside during peak heat hours, please don't be outside, because we saw those devastating deaths on the daily. And you guys saw even more here in the Valley. And, as a forecaster, what we tell the people is, heat is the number one weather-related killer. More than flooding, more than anything else others may assume, it's the heat. It's very dangerous.
Yeah. And I feel like for, if you've been here a while, you're a local, you're thinking, hey, we're tough cookies here, right? We can deal with the heat. I recall one year up in Seattle, I think they hit like 105, and and people sadly were dying because it was
recent.
That was fairly recent. And I think it's because they have the humidity. Obviously, they're on the water, and some people may not even have air conditioning when you're near the
Part of the
ocean.
issue too with heat is that it's not visual, so you don't see it. Like if you see the weather changing overhead because there's a hurricane in the forecast, people are more reactive to that than they are to just hearing it's going to be hot. So I think that's a big part of it as well.
And silent but deadly killer.
No kidding. Brandy the Bookworm says what is considered extreme heat to one person can be considered just hot to others.
Yeah, very true.
So how would they determine extreme heat? You bring up a really good point and a great question. Let's go to our poll question this morning. Do you think extreme heat should be considered a major disaster for FEMA? This is kind of jumping off those Arizona Senator Gallego, reintroducing that Extreme Heat Emergency Act we were chatting about just moments ago. Give us your thoughts in the chat as well. But right now, no, it's just heat. No need to overreact. 83% of you.
I think that's the reaction of what are like true blue Arizonans, because we're so used to heat that we don't realize that. I think for other parts of the country, especially, heat is, I don't know, taken more seriously than. Seriously is probably not the right word, but we're so used to it.
It's normal for us in Arizona to have a hot summer.
When I moved from Philly to here, people were like, "Oh my gosh, how can you go back to that?" I was like, "I grew up in it. Like it's fine." But it's very different for some parts of the country.
Yeah, for sure. Do you want to go over the YouTube poll?
I do.
Isabella, let me go ahead and pull that up for people because we put it up about an hour ago or so, and already 663 votes.
We have 33 comments right now.
Wow.
And more are coming in. So Hokey Pokey Pot says, guess your answer would depend on what part of the world you lived in. Someone else said, you might change your tune when one of your loved ones dies of heat stroke because they can't afford air conditioning. Someone else said that it's hard to say, but it depends. Someone else says, Hurricane Milton Ground Zero, I think hurricanes are more deadly than the heat. So lots of different comments, lots of different opinions. That made me think of something, and Krystal, you can touch on this as well. I know when I was forecasting in Tucson, something I would say during excessive heat warnings is it's dangerous for everyone, but especially those with underlying health issues and those that are more sensitive. So that includes people that may already have other health-related issues, and then the sun just, and the heat exacerbates it and makes, things even more dangerous.
So true.
For younger children. I think that's something to also consider is when you already have these issues, health-related, the heat makes it even worse. So...
and another one that's big that I think we've done before is your pets, because of how hot it gets out, especially in Arizona. I mean, there are laws against allowing your animals to stay outside for too long because of the fact that, if you're hot, they're hot.
And they have those little booties for dogs now, and maybe they have them
Which
for
the
cats.
dogs don't really love, if we're being honest.
No, they're all...
gotta do what you gotta do.
I don't know. Do they love the tutus? Maybe you have a dog that loves the tutu.
My dog loves his hot dog costume. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, that was... All right, welcome back, everyone, to Fox 10 Talks here at Fox 10 in Phoenix, Arizona. But we love the fact that so many of you are watching from all around Arizona, the United States, and the world this morning. This is your mystery camera. So if you'd like to, throw some ideas in there into the chat
know
box.
this one.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then I think I know what I'm going to guess too. And so throw your guesses there. And while we leave this up for just a few moments while you guess the mystery camera, Isabella, do you want to read some of the great comments that we have this morning?
So many comments just from our last block. Scottsdale Coyote says, extreme heat is no joke. It should be taken more seriously by FEMA. And Brady the Bookworm said, what is considered extreme heat to one person can be considered just hot to another. So how would they determine extreme heat? And then... let's see. Troy says, I'd rather be hot than cold. And then Brady the Bookworm says, I'd rather be the opposite.
Yeah, Brandy also said with the cold, you can layer up and down, get comfortable with the heat. And I think she makes a good point, and then you kind of can take it off. But with the heat, you can only layer so much. And in fact, people take their clothes off.
Yeah, she said you can only layer down so much before it's illegal, which is true.
Before you're naked.
Remember that in public.
And I think a lot of you are chiming in as well. Okay, so we have a couple of guesses. Chicago from Jen's Wall, Philly from Troy. Jen's Wall, yes, you have a crown today. You are the queen. Yes, queen. Because, and this is kind of new to us, by the way, in the chat, you can kind of see, and I know you can't, I don't think you can see it up on, or can't comment on channel 45, but on YouTube, that designates kind of like who are the big chatters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's fairly new, like the last couple of weeks or so. So Jenswell has one of those. So Brandy the Bookworm says, my dog doesn't, if I put him in outfits, shoes, holiday headbands, he just doesn't care. He will actually wait for me to put his rain boots.
That's so cute.
We need to see that photo. Send it in to fox10talks@fox.com because we have an email now. We'd love to see your photos. If your animal actually loves to get dressed up, we have to see that to believe it. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, Brandy the Bookworm says, Boston. Ladies, do you have an idea on location?
You want me to ruin it?
I think Krystal knows. She knows where that is.
She does. Do you have a guess, Isabella?
Somewhere on the East Coast.
Okay.
I don't know where.
I'm going to go Philly.
What gave that away?
And then I'm going to allow Krystal to do the honors with this.
I don't even need to open it up. I'm guaranteed it's Philly. I lived there for 6 years. Love that skyline. But indeed, let's see.
Oh, Philadelphia, PA. Nice. Well done.
Love it out there.
Oh, my goodness. It looks like a pretty day out there in Philly, too. What is it like in Philly this time of year, like today?
Oh, it's hit or miss, man. They can get some crazy storms this time of year. Yeah, but also they can have like a really nice sunny day. The only issue there is it gets humid in summer.
Oh,
yeah. It can be a steam fest for sure.
It's a top bun kind of day at that point. We wanted to talk about weekend weather.
Yes.
All
let's
right.
hop to our graphics.
We want to get all of you ready because it's Friday.
Yeah. If you are in Arizona, let's talk about your forecast. This is the next 3 days for you. So there will still be a few little showers north and east, but they're kind of spotty. I don't think they're as heavy as some of the stuff we've seen earlier this week. Tomorrow, there will be some scattered storms primarily along the east edge of the state. In fact, there's quite dry air coming in from the west. And then Sunday, there are scattered showers and storms starting to creep up like the Mogollon Rim into the white parts of the San Francisco Peaks and Kaibab Plateau again. Notice the valley kind of missing out, though. Isolated chances start to pick up on Sunday for the valley. But temperature-wise, I know, anytime we've got even a low chance, we'll take it. Tomorrow, 107, and then Sunday, 105. But it's worth noting the average on Saturday is 107. Sunday, it's 106. So we're at or even a little below average again for the weekend.
That's kind of a big deal.
Well, and I just did a little comparison of the temperatures that we've had over June and July last year this year, because people have been saying this seems nicer than last year. 100% the science says yes to it, because I checked the numbers and both June and July have been cooler.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, it's still hot, but cooler than last year's.
And
June
now we
July.
just need the rain. I think a lot of you have chimed in and said, hey, bring the rain, right? We need some of that.
I'm working on it, but if everybody could do like, I don't know,
dance?
a little rain dance, like just like any, whatever you can do to make it happen, that'd be great.
Jeff Hillerman, our 7 a.m. producer, he's been off this week, and I saw on TikTok, he said he washed his car hoping it would bring rain to Mesa, but it did not work because I think that part of the valley, they didn't get as much rain.
The West Valley got some spotty showers on and off for a couple of days, and the East Valley, that's where I live, got nothing. We got some nice temperatures.
Yeah.
not a drop.
Yeah, we got a little bit of rain. So Tyler Dillard said, right on, need my fill. I don't know if he's talking about weather or what. He said, oh, where's Ron? Ron actually is throwing up a bunch of photos on Instagram. You got to check it out. Let me throw up the poll question. Krystal, thank you so much.
Thanks,
we
guys.
appreciate you
Bye,
coming
Krystal.
in.
Thank you.
So do you think extreme heat should be considered a major disaster for FEMA? We have a couple of different polls this morning, right, Isabella?
We do.
And this one, they're drastically different from one another.
They're always different. That poll versus the YouTube poll is always different. But on YouTube, it is saying 58 for yes and 42 for no.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and throw up the YouTube poll because this one is drastically different. Now 706 votes just within the last hour or so.
Yeah, someone else said, moves next to airport, complains about airplanes. So I think this person's insinuating, if you're moving to Arizona, you need to deal with the heat.
Yeah, exactly. And so 58% say yes, it kills more Americans and all the other extreme weather. 42% say no, it's just heat, no need to overreact. And so this one a little bit more split.
Yeah, and someone else said, how about the people that die from cold-related injuries?
That is true. That is true. On YouTube, you can share your comments down below. We'd love to hear from you.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, no kidding. The link to do that is at the top of the chat box. Desiree Fluellen now joins us here in the studio. Hi, good morning. Good to see you. Nice to see you. We are talking about some big stories we're covering when it comes to the news and some of the headlines that we have as well. So there's new surveillance video that shows multiple break-ins in the Melrose District in Central Phoenix. So it's really heartbreaking
Yeah.
when you think about it. I mean, we have
There's a lot of small businesses, small restaurants.
Yeah, and you put as a small business owner, you put in all your savings, all the money that you own, all the sweat equity you put into into building it, and to have something like this happen, it's heartbreaking. Let's take a listen to this, and I believe we have one of the business owners speaking.
Obviously someone who was a professional, somebody who's doing this obviously for a living. They climbed the fence in the back very quickly like a cat. They were completely dressed head to toe in full covered clothing. They had all the right tools. They knew exactly what they wanted and what they were going after.
So there's a look at the guy they're looking for. They're the suspect woman, whoever it is. This is an owner from Royale Kitchen and Cocktails. This happened Wednesday night near 7th Avenue in Glen Rosa, right in the heart of the Melrose District. Have you all been to the Melrose District?
I don't spend much time there.
Yeah, it's a really poppin' place in North Central Phoenix. Great restaurants, little boutiques, and a lot of mom and pop small businesses as well. So this guy goes into the kitchen, breaking doors, leaves with a safe, and the owner says the theft and damage, it adds up to thousands and thousands of dollars, which is absolutely heartbreaking. So here is a quick note. Phoenix PD is investigating, and they're really looking. We wanted to make sure that we talked about this and put it out there because Phoenix PD is looking for some help. You can call Silent Witness 480-WITNESS and remain anonymous. And you don't have to give your name, your phone number, anything. You just chime in and just let them know what's going on. But pretty scary stuff.
You know, the thing is, he looks like he's done that before. I mean, he scaled the fence very easily like a cat, and he walked right in and right out. It looks like this person knows what they're doing.
Well, and the fact, it looked like he knew where it was, too.
My
yeah.
goodness.
I'm sure they'll catch him. It's only a matter of time.
Let's hope. Let's
Hopefully.
hope for sure. The next one is pretty scary. Are you all allergic to bees?
No, thank goodness. Are you?
Yeah, no
I
kidding.
think a little bit.
Yeah?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was stung last year. I was doing a bee story, had the whole bee suit on, and I got stung through my clothes.
Oh my gosh.
And it didn't hurt, but it was like a very tingly sensation, and my leg where I got stung was numb for a little bit.
Oh wow, you might
that's
be.
not a good
You might
indication.
be a little, yeah. So it's a good thing you weren't at this bus stop near Baseline and Kyrene in the East Valley.
Or any one of us. Could you imagine the screams?
There was somebody who was stung 15 times.
That's a lot.
A lot. So 4 people were sent to the hospital following a bee attack in Tempe. And yeah, it's pretty scary situation. So some of them ran for cover. They were all at a bus stop near Baseline and Kyrene, and they ran for cover to a nearby Dollar Tree. Firefighters say landscapers at a nearby apartment building disturbed 3 beehives. So they were actually working on the property at a nearby apartment complex, disturbed the beehives. I thought it was interesting, though, and for those of you who are watching this morning, let us know. During COVID, You think beehives might be, you know, covered up high, like maybe they're located up high, like underneath like awnings or something.
You would think.
But I was walking through my neighborhood and another neighborhood during COVID, and I was stung by a bee on my ankles, and they were in a bush that was nearby, that was close to the ground.
Oh, no.
So I feel like, you know, bees aren't always up high, or the hives can be anywhere.
Some
Yeah, I
are
was just going to say, we had a
underground.
big bush for whatever reason, like in the middle of our driveway, because they kind of made it like a round, like a half roundabout type of thing. And there was a giant nest in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we got rid of that bush, but you're right, they can be anywhere.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't even know.
That's
like
scary.
you don't know that they're there. You don't
Okay.
hear them.
Actually, I have a fun question for you guys. So if you were a landscaper, what's the thing you would fear the most? Like a beehive, snakes, scorpions? I'd be all about the snakes. Like, no, thank you. I don't think I could do this job. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
want
the
to find
snakes, I feel like maybe you do have them in your garden, but usually those are like in the urban interface. Maybe like we have desert property where you don't really need to landscape, you know.
Yeah.
But
What would it
I
be?
guess like a scorpion. But
Okay.
those are
I think for me, great question. I don't want to see any of those things.
No
but
critters.
I think I would be most scared of the bees because we just ran that story a couple weeks ago where
Yeah.
those landscapers went to the hospital and then one guy even passed away because he was stung so many times.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, like a bee can fly and chase you, where I think I can outrun a snake and a scorpion.
Okay,
yes. Sammy
all
G
right.
says snakes and spiders.
Snakes and spiders.
Troy
okay.
says snakes don't know no snakes. He doesn't know no snakes. Jens Wall said my son did landscaping. He said it was the bees, and I think that's
That
pretty.
might be-
I
yeah,
think
that
that might
could
be
be
the
a
scariest
challenge.
stuff. Yeah, with the bees.
It's hard to outrun them.
So the beekeeper was taken in to deal with beehives, and I mean they got the situation figured out, and it's expected to be okay. But unfortunately, like 3 or 4 people were stung so bad that they were taken in an ambulance. Let's take a listen to what someone had to share here on this bee attack.
Coming down the sidewalk, I come to hit this corner to cross the street, and I go to try to push the button. I just hear this buzzing, and I thought, bam! They started getting me.
What's going through your head when that's happening?
I was like, oh, because I already went through it before, because it happened to me before. But yeah, I said, oh no, they're gonna get me. They're gonna throw that nectar on me, and they're done for. They follow it.
All right, pretty scary stuff. And that is a look at the Dollar Tree location at Baseline and Kyrene. And you see some of the crew members. Big thank you to our fire crews who go out there on crazy calls like this and put themselves in danger and, help to rescue these people. So that was fortunate. So here's an idea, ladies. Do you like to travel?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So do you have something on your bucket list where you'd like to travel?
Anywhere in Hawaii for me.
Okay.
I just want to get there one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Isabella.
I've been, but it's been a while, so I want to go back to the Philippines.
Okay, we're going to talk
Okay.
about travel, TSA guidelines, and how you might be able to actually take a little bit more liquid in your carry-on luggage. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Good news.
right. Welcome back, everyone. A beautiful shot here. Big D. Where is this? Do we know? Okay, I'm gonna throw it. Look at Big D, the camera. The people have asked, and we have to deliver. Hey, buddy. He's the brains behind the operation this morning. Welcome back, everyone, to Fox 10 Talks here in Phoenix, Arizona, covering all the big stories and headlines and stuff you want to talk about. We're talking about travel this morning, and we talked about some of the bucket list cities or states for both of you ladies. Isabel, do you want to read? We've gotten some great comments.
Yes, a lot of people are putting where they want to go. Husky Mom said, I would love to go to Germany. Patrick says, I would love to go back to Rhodes, Greece. Patrick, I'm with you.
Nice.
Bo Jackson wants to see Yosemite, and Jen's Wall wants to visit the pyramids and do the Nile tour.
Look at Patrick Myers.
Incredible.
He said, I've traveled 29 countries so far. That is amazing. We need to know what your itinerary was. And my top 3 are Sicily, Greece, and Singapore. Singapore would be great. Philippines would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I bet the food there is just spectacular.
What about Iceland and being in their blue spa lagoons? That would be
and Greenland,
a bucket list too.
Because Greenland is actually icy and Iceland is actually green.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, where are we at?
I know. All right, so let's talk about travel. And the reason we threw this out to you, Brandy the bookworm, good morning. She said she emailed the pictures of her dog S'mores. We can't wait to see the video or the picture that you sent, and we're gonna try to put that here on YouTube and on the air for you. So TSA liquid guidelines, those could in fact be changing. This is actually some great news. So shoe removal is already out. You don't have to take your shoes off. And next, TSA may loosen its rules on carrying liquids through airport security. Have you all ever had them remove liquids out of what type of liquids?
Oh gosh, we've all been there, right? The
products.
shampoo, and of course it's right. It's the expensive
look
shampoo.
At us. We have a lot of hair in this frame right now. I'm sure we can all relate to.
Oh my goodness. Or getting caught with a nice bottle of perfume.
Yeah. Or vanilla from Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah, that was me.
Mine was actually peanut butter. They would let me take peanut butter through. And it was like a delicious peanut butter that I had in the city we were visiting. And I was like, I want to take this back with me. And I thought, hey, it's kind of solid-ish.
Right.
But they said nope. So I had to leave it to them.
Oh, really?
Anyways.
Was it a more natural? It would separate? Is that why, maybe?
No, it wasn't even separating. I don't know. They just said technically it wasn't a solid.
Boo.
I know.
But it's thicker than lotion.
I do. Yeah. They'll take lotion too and toothpaste.
Yeah.
So. I don't know.
Peanut butter doesn't count.
Yes. Dave Berceau, me and you to the Philippines, my friend. So let's talk about this TSA when it comes to loosening its rules on carrying liquids through airport security. Homeland Security Secretary Christine Noem says she is reevaluating the 3.4-ounce limit. The policy dates back to an 2006 terror plot to smuggle liquid explosives on planes. Noem says she's now taking bids from technology companies to streamline that screening process because, you're in there and you're doing this, and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And so they're hoping to take a look at that. Take a listen to this, to what we have, and let us know you have any bucket items on travel or anything like that. We'd love to hear from you in the chat. And take a listen to what they had to share here on the TSA guideline change.
I had 2 water bottles on me, and I hate throwing it away because it's not $1 anymore. I think water bottles are like $3, so just basically you're throwing away $5-6, when you throw away water bottles. I think our TSA agents do a great job, but I think relaxing the rules will allow the process to flow a lot better.
Are you Joel? Nice to meet you.
I think it may move things along quite quickly.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Anything to streamline the process, right?
Yeah.
I mean, especially, Celeste, you travel with the kids. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
You'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, anytime you travel with the family, it's challenging.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, we're so technologically advanced, too. I'm sure there's a way to streamline it and keep it safe, of course.
What's the worst thing about travel, you two think?
Getting pulled over every single time. Even though I have TSA pre-check, they always think I'm doing something I'm not supposed to. And they pull me over every time.
What? With that sweet face?
I know.
We have to show your face. Look at this face. Look at the yeah, no.
They say it's a
so
random
trustworthy.
search.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do I have on me?
Or maybe. Who generally stops you? Is it a man or a woman? Maybe he's single and he's just trying to.
I don't know.
Maybe he's single and ready to mingle.
Like I just am trying to get back home.
That's pretty amazing. All right, well, let's go ahead and go back to our chat here this morning, and plenty of you chiming in. So let's see, Linda Monterth. I bought some vanilla in Mexico on a cruise and forgot about the return flight.
That is exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, neighbors on that cruise drove it back for me. Thank you so much. All right, Isabella, I think we have a special guest here in studio, my friend.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Come on in. We call this the hot walk, my friend. Come on in and have a seat. Good morning. Good to see you. Is it Joel?
Joel, that's correct.
Joel Hansen.
That's right.
Yeah, good to see you, Joel. I'm Celeste.
Pleasure.
How are
Nice
you?
to see you.
You have beautiful eyes.
Thank you. You know, I'm
green.
I'm well. I'm alive.
Lean in for me if you can into the microphone.
Absolutely. I was gonna say I'm doing well. You know, I'm alive and breathing. So how can I complain? Right?
Every day it's like it's a blessing to wake up, right?
Oh, 100%.
You know, live life another day.
I take it not for granted. I'll put it that way. Every breath in my lungs. You got to appreciate the small things.
Awesome. YouTube influencer.
Correct.
Yeah, give us an idea of your background and you love to eat apparently.
You know what? I've been eating since I was born, in fact, believe it or not. And I even eat every day.
Right.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely, you can call me a food influencer, professional eater. I truly have the opportunities, which I'm very thankful for, to really show food and culture and community and the beauty of different people through cuisine. And that's what I really choose to do and really love it, you know? So.
Yeah. Well, and you're Canada's, let's not be modest here, #1 competitive eater.
That is
true. How
true.
does one, earn a title like that?
By eating way too much food. So don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't try it at home.
You can watch me do
No?
it. You know, I do it so you don't have to.
And it says you have more than 1.5 million followers, over 1.1 million subscribers on one of your 3 YouTube channels alone. Okay, you travel the world.
Correct.
Give us an idea. What's that like for you? Do you have like a favorite place that pops in your head or a spot that you enjoyed a lot recently where you've traveled?
You know, I think it's, I could break it down so specific, but to keep it broad, I actually love Arizona. I love the weather. Yes, I love
just
I love
preach it. Talk us.
Preach
I'm
it.
not. It is one of my favorite states when it comes to food, culture. I truly enjoy it. The United States, I think, is a beautiful country. Places like Mexico and Thailand are also near and dear to my heart. Amazing places. And, you know, let's just say there's no shortage of fun to be had, areas to explore, and beauty to be seen. So, yeah.
And you live in Canada full time and travel?
You know, at least on paper.
Okay,
I pretty
yeah.
much travel
You're, like,
full
never
time
home.
at this point. But yeah, very blessed to be here.
Exciting. Okay, so I have to ask because I'm from Buffalo. That's my hometown.
Yeah.
And many times I've been to the Buffalo Chicken Wing Eating Contest, seen Joey Chestnut in action. Have you been to Buffalo? Have you taken part in that contest at all? Or
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes. Love it, buddy. What's your
We do have a question in the chat that I want to get to here this morning.
sure.
So it looks as though favorite thing, Bo Jackson asked, favorite thing you've eaten in a competition?
Animals.
Real? Okay, so that's all meat.
Texas barbecue, if I'm going to be specific. But I think it's more fun to eat not in competition.
So how do you stay so fit if you're eating a lot of these pretty hefty calorie-filled meals?
Well, the key is truly that I don't eat like this all the time. I hope people realize that. It's solely on camera. It's solely for entertainment purposes. And definitely the rest of my diet is a lot more, we'll say, normative. Some people might use the term healthy, a lot more fruits and vegetables, and a lot more moderate. I very much watch and consider what I eat.
Well, did you watch that? There's the Netflix documentary about Kobayashi, and kind of they dived into too how competitive eaters prepare for these competitions, how it changes even your digestion. Have you noticed any of those like changes in yourself, or when it comes to competitive eating, how are you preparing to be able to allow your body to do that?
Yeah, so I'll put it this way. It's very hard on the body. The stomach, the science behind it, it's a muscle, and you can stretch it. Just like right now, I couldn't do the splits. I'm not a gymnast. But if I probably tried for a couple of years, really did stretch and stretch and stretch, I probably could loosen up the muscles in your hips. But, you know, I've had many injuries from doing such, from eating.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
what are
many.
the injuries?
Yeah.
I have permanent neuropathy in my ribs from overstretching. I've had abdominal tears. So it sounds funny, but it is a hazardous thing and something I would not recommend, both because it's not good for your health.
So how did you fall into this then, if you can give us an idea? I mean, some people, there's times I accidentally overeat and it's not on purpose or for competition, but when you're preparing for this, you wake up one day and you go, you know what, I love to eat and I think I'm going to join this competition.
So for myself, I was into bodybuilding, powerlifting really intensely for a while during one of my degrees. And during that period of time, I got used to eating just large portions. And so I just kind of saw a couple YouTube videos and it's kind of like, like the Man vs. Food series and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I just kind of was like, I think I could do that. So I went and tried a food challenge for fun one day. Felt horrible afterwards, barely completed it.
How much money did you make?
None.
It was just for fun.
I got a free burger.
It was like bragging
Did
rights.
it for the burger.
But it wasn't worth it. Afterwards, I was like, I feel horrible, but for some reason, I'm going to do that again.
So are you making a living off of this right now?
I have been doing the food influencing and professional eating now for about 5 years.
Okay.
So is it through the social media platforms you're on that you're able to do this full time, or are these competitions paying you enough to do it full time? How does that work? Break that down for folks.
Definitely the social media.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't even consider myself a competitive eater anymore. I do the odd contest, but that's not where my passion is. I really enjoy you doing my quote-unquote YouTube videos and more like the food challenge or food like exploration of restaurants.
Okay.
Because that's where I really get to showcase the beauty of food and culture. And that's ultimately what it's about, showing how places, what they do, what people are into and how I can share that.
Okay, most exotic or unique or weird, I don't know, food you've ever had.
So, this is also cultural, right? I mean, to some cultures, eating blood is uncommon. To some cultures, eating raw meat is uncommon.
That's something that I did
Delicacies
on the southern coastline of Spain, that they do deep fried blood.
Yeah.
That is something that they do. It's like a delicacy down there.
Yeah.
We do have a question from Brandy the Bookworm in the chat. She says, Joel, how long do you go before you're hungry again after competitive eating?
It really depends on what you're eating and how much.
Yeah.
There's one time I did a great big prime ribs, like 190 some ounces of prime rib meal in Texas, and I had that in my stomach for about 3 days afterwards. It was not the best feeling. So it depends. I generally don't eat the same day at least.
After a competition, then how do you come down from that? Do you just drink? Do you sustain
Probiotics?
from food and drink?
You definitely have to stay hydrated. You don't want to get blocked up, to say the least.
Right.
Additionally, like fiber. A little fiber helps. Got to keep things moving, keep things healthy the best you can.
How do we find you on YouTube before we go to break so people can find you there, Joel?
Absolutely. You can find me at Joel Hansen, JOEL. Space HANSEN. Just my name.
And you're in town. Folks can meet you today, right?
Not really today, unless we're right here. I got a pretty busy day planned ahead, but definitely.
You're at Pedal House, right?
Yes, but not. Unfortunately, we're doing other clothes, so it won't be an opportunity for you to come.
Okay.
Yeah, it just gets really busy there, so we want to really highlight the food. And,
all right, buddy. We'll look you up on YouTube.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
We
Absolute pleasure,
appreciate it.
everybody.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you all.
Take 3.
Welcome.
Hey, there you are.
Welcome back, everyone, to Fox 10 Talks. And 10:45 this morning here in Phoenix, Arizona. You're looking live at a very active wave pool. And James, thank you so much, buddy. James Aranda is helping us out here in the stream, along with Isabella and Big D. Oh, hi, Isabella. I think Dave stepped out.
Dave went to get a guess.
Hi.
He was like, enough.
You're supposed to be paying attention, girl.
No. It's good because
looking at Syleste's reel that we just posted to
Oh.
make sure it's doing good.
Thank you, girl.
Yes.
We like to call this Bella Bomb because we get to see her beautiful face here on YouTube. Yeah, there's Bella. All right, let's go ahead and go to welcome back, everyone. Anita joins us now as well, along with Desiree Flew Ellen this morning. We have a number of big talkers that we are covering for you this morning. Let's go right to this, and this is all about ChatGPT. If you are in the chat box, let us know. Do you use ChatGPT?
They're like, I'm using it right now. Talk to you.
No.
And how do you use it? Because now they're saying that they can do these crazy tasks for you, apparently. So a new update on ChatGPT to think and act for you. OpenAI, the developer of the ChatGPT program, now has a new feature called, quote, agent mode. The new feature is said to think and act like a human and uses its own virtual computer on the internet. So these are the things that it can do for you. Search for flights, buy ingredients for types of meals. I don't need a robot spending my money. I already have my children that I am paying for.
What if they book the wrong flight? What if there's a better deal? I don't trust them.
Thank you. That's a great point.
Sorry.
Okay, so users have to be subscribers of ChatGPT's Pro Plus or Team plan to access feature, which is a little bit more pricey. But if there was something that you guys could have a robot do for you, what would it be?
Clean the house,
Clean
do
the
the
house.
laundry.
Yeah.
Clean the house.
Fold the laundry.
Johnny does
put it away.
My
Fold the
husband
laundry.
folds it for me.
What? Johnny's
He
a
loves to fold
Oh, that's
laundry.
great. Does he put it away? too?
He puts it either on the dresser or the bed.
Yeah.
Ready to go. And then, I mean, honestly, mostly it's my workout clothes because work dresses, I'll
Yeah,
handle
we hang.
that.
Yeah.
So I just have like little drawers or bins that I'll
Yeah.
like stuff it all in. But
Okay, am I weird here? So I'll do the laundry. I don't mind folding it, and I don't
hate
mind
folding.
putting David's away, but I don't like putting my own away. I don't know
I don't-
why. So
I
I'll,
just don't
put
like
all his stuff
folding.
away, and then I leave mine there.
You just leave
Yeah.
it on top of the dresser?
Yeah, I don't know
That
why.
is funny that you'll put your husband's away, but not your own.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And then you'd think I should leave mine on his side.
Right,
of the bed,
right.
then
And maybe he'll put yours away.
That's true. That's
won't
true.
know where it goes.
Listen to a couple of you in the chat box. So
funny.
Brent Kleiman says he uses ChatGPT all the time for his
Oh, what does he
classes.
use it
He's a
for?
professor.
Okay.
And then we also have, it says Troy says it provides great meal plans for the week. That's a great idea.
Oh, that is.
Patrick Meyer says my wife Ashley uses ChatGPT for dietary meal plans. Again, like Troy. So, and then Tyler Dillard says, Anita, what up?
I know. I'm trying to respond, and Bella Bomb helped me set up like my profile.
Right.
But now it's not letting me respond or type.
Oh.
We
Okay.
gotta get that
Do a
fixed.
little
What's going on,
refresh.
YouTube?
Do a refresh up top on your YouTube.
Jump in the chat.
Okay,
Maybe
let's
I
talk
should have Chat GPT do
it for
refresh
you.
me.
All right, we are talking now about exercises to improve sleep, like these people right here. There is a new study from the medical journal BMG. It shows low impact workouts can lead to better sleep. Activities such as yoga, which you're a yogi, Anita. I love Pilates, like bar workouts, BARRE. Jogging have been linked to participants falling asleep faster, staying asleep longer, with fewer awakenings throughout the night. Researchers found that yoga alone increased total sleep duration by nearly 2 hours per night.
Oh, so here's the thing. I practice hot yoga, and when I do the yoga and then go home and shower and go to bed, I don't sleep because I think I'm all wound up.
Yeah. You know what else will get you wound up?
Tito Ortiz.
Yeah, this guy.
I have to share this story with you.
Okay.
Many, many years ago, and we were looking for the photo, but we couldn't find it. It was the Vargas de la Hoya fight,
Yes.
Las Vegas.
Yes.
And I'm not going to specifically say if we snuck into the fight, but my husband and I may have snuck into the fight.
I love this.
There was a pay-per-view set, and we're walking out, and everybody's like around this guy, and they're taking pictures, and so my husband turns around, looks, he's like, what's going on? Who's here? And he goes, that's Tito Ortiz. He goes, you go over there and you take a picture with Tito Ortiz. And we took a picture.
Awesome.
But I just can't find it.
Oh, darn.
I know. I wanted to
you
find
need to
it.
find it.
But then it would have aged us.
Yeah,
It would have aged us. But you were so gracious.
No, of course. I've
Yeah.
always been.
So what brings you to Phoenix? Here, lean in for
Nice
me.
and
brother.
close because these mics are super sensitive.
Yeah, I'm actually working with, the project Vital, to kind of work on holistic medicine.
Like health? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
health is important. I mean, over my 25-year career, I've had 8 surgeries. I've had 3 knee surgeries, back surgery, 4 neck surgeries.
Wow.
And I've gone through a lot of pain, and come to realize this is a new word for all your viewers and all listeners.
Yeah.
And it's called biohacking.
Yes.
And for anti-aging, different things like this, just to heal your body quicker, all the way going from out to simulation machine, to hyperbaric chambers, to cold water plunging, red light therapy, and eating healthy.
And you're wearing that shirt, Make
Yeah.
America Healthy Again. I think you bring a good point. All those, like the red light therapy, the cold plunge, and going back and forth into like jacuzzis, hot tubs and stuff, that is really taken off.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that I've been doing since 2000. I mean, my fight career, I compete. Every 4 months, I would train 6 days a week, 8 hours a day. My body take a toll. And how do I get my body able to ready to train the next day as hard as I did the last day? And doing the cold plunges, doing the hyperbaric chamber, doing the Alt2 simulation machine called CVAC. I believe they have one here in Arizona. I know Ryan Bader, former heavyweight champion, he used it when he found out that I was using it in California. So it actually takes away the lactic acid out of your muscles and everything. But a lot of it comes down to the food we eat. And this started back when I was in high school. I mean, I've never stopped training since I've been a freshman in high school. Always had to cook my own meals. Always cooked clean. I didn't use any seed oil. I've always used avocado or
That's kind of a big
oil.
development, right? Like with the
Yes.
no seed oil type thing. I think more and more people are going to. Tree of Life Congregation, that's where your event is going to be held, right?
Yes.
In Scottsdale.
Yes, it'll be from 6 till 9 p.m. And actually, Mike Tyson will be there also with us.
He was on last week.
He was.
You were gone that day.
yeah.
I was here, and he did a Zoom with us. You bring up so many good points, and you're talking about the red lights and the chambers and cold plunging. Sometimes some of that stuff is not accessible to everyone, but the key point I think that you made is it's what we put into our bodies, and it starts with our diet and movement. Movement can be taking a walk. It doesn't always necessarily mean like lifting heavy or going to the classes, but we have to watch what we're eating.
100%. I mean, and there's a lot of things on what you're eating. I mean, I'm a father of 3 boys, and my sons never had ice cream until they were 14.
I just
Wow. How old are your? How old?
I have one. My oldest son is 24, Jacob. He goes to ASU. He's here. He lives here.
Hey, Jacob.
And then I have twin boys, Jesse and Journey, who are 16. And all 3 of them wrestled. My oldest son, Jacob, he wrestled 2 years at Arizona State. And then my
that's
twin boys,
great.
they wrestle at Ida Baker High School in Florida, where I live now. I'm actually the head wrestling coach there. So,
I bet the kids love that.
Yeah, no kidding.
But this goes back, like I say, from when I was a kid, first started wrestling, and to prepare for wrestling, you got to like a fine-tuned machine. You got to make sure you put the right food in your body so you're able to compete at the highest level you possibly can. And through my career of 25 years of mixed martial arts and being 5-time world champion, I had to do those things to make sure that I was able to make weight, 2, able to get through 4 sessions of training, 6 days a week, and doing that for a 4-month period over a 25-year career.
I think you bring up a good point. I have 3 athletes at home. They're 18, 15, and 13. 2 girls, 1 boy, soccer and football. And I think that I'm constantly sending them Instagram reels about the stuff that you're saying, because I think you kind of, I think, broke the mold a little bit. I mean, for a lot of high schoolers, they weren't probably as health conscious as you were, because I think even if you're an athlete, you think I can eat anything, I can go to this place or that place or fast food.
Much and I'm young.
Yeah, but you have to really, what you put in your body is so important.
And I think athletes know that now, right? That's something that
It's
we
getting bigger
teach
and
them.
bigger, getting
bigger.
But regular people like Syleste and I, we're not professional athletes, but we're learning. Again, it's back
I'm trying to
that.
trick my kids and tell them I'm an athlete,
Well, I mean,
But we're learning that, again, that food is so important.
It
and
is. I mean, as for women, as you do get older, and if you don't get around and walk, I mean, my mother, she's 78 years old, and she goes on a 2-mile walk every night. If you don't do that and having that hard ground pressure being pushed on your feet, osteoporosis can happen even quicker because you don't have the density in your bones where you need to be, because you don't have get calcium. If you don't take any calcium, you need those type of supplements to actually make your body produce the things you need to be stronger.
And I think doctors these days are putting so much more emphasis on perimenopause, menopause, and the fact that older women in general have to lift a lot more heavy weights.
Yeah, I think a lot of it really comes down if you use lighter weight, just higher repetition.
Yeah.
Because you're building endurance on your muscles. And once again, just going on walks on the concrete, getting that positive reinforcement on your legs and everything. That's osteoporosis.
I want to get to this because we only have a couple minutes left with you, but what can you say to kids? You worked with high schoolers.
Yeah, I still do. Yep.
Yeah, you work with them right now. What do you say to them to encourage them to live a healthy lifestyle? And you're a great example of that.
Well, how old do you want to live to be? And how good do you want to look when you get to that age?
And how much do you want to move?
Yeah, I just turned 50 this year. I don't feel like I'm 50. My body doesn't feel like it's 50. I'm very thankful for a company I just started working with, CPI. It's actually Cellular Performance Institute with stem cell injections for my surgery I had in my neck.
Yeah.
I have zero pain from it, but it came down from when I was a child of eating the right things. I'd cheat maybe on a Sunday, and I shocked my body because on Monday training was really hard, but my body reacted super fast from it just because I fed my body clean.
Yeah.
No oils, no fried
I have
foods.
to ask, when you say cheat,
what is it?
What's a cheat for you?
Ice cream.
Yeah, that's my cheat too.
What kind? What kind of ice cream?
Ben and Jerry's Chunky Monkey.
The Chunky Monkey.
Yeah, but once again, it's black chocolate. If you're going to have chocolate, that's probably the best
darker
chocolate.
one.
The dark
You're
one.
not going to sit down and eat a whole pizza, but you can have a slice with a salad. And,
Slice, yeah.
It's all in moderation.
Maybe a little bit of fast food. But as kids, stay away from the fast food. That's the easiest thing for a parent. Stop by fast food, pick up your child some fast food. Don't do that. Stay away from fried food. Stay away from French fries. Stay away from any type of that stuff. That it's harmful for the body, and it's already proved. There's already I believe 73% of the United States is overweight.
How much time do we have?
We have about a minute.
Okay, so really quickly, give me the info. As to
on the event.
Yeah, on the event today. Do we have all that one more time?
It's at Tree of Life Congregation.
Okay.
In Scottsdale.
Wonderful.
Yep. And it's from 6 till 9 p.m.
Okay.
Tonight?
Tonight. Yes.
Tonight. And True, you were a mayor or city council?
I was city council member, Mayor Pro Tem of Huntington Beach. I moved to Florida now. It's been almost 3 years.
Yeah.
I had to get out of California. It's upside down. The schools are indoctrinating my kids. So I literally had to sell everything, and I moved to Florida, and it's beautiful because it feels like I'm back in America again. There's hardly any crime, any trouble. There's no homeless encampments. It's how America should be. And once again, I had to protect the future of my children, and I made that big, progression for the future of them.
How do we follow you on Instagram or YouTube? Where are you?
Yeah, on Instagram, it's Tito Ortiz IG. Of course, on Twitter, or X, it's Tito Ortiz. Facebook,
we
Tito
still call
Ortiz.
it Twitter, too.
Yeah, I know. I get that.
It's hard
Thank you so much, Tito. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Have a great day. All right, we'll be right back.
Hi. Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, earlier today we
Now
had.
we're off. Hold on.
We're off.
Now we're
on. Earlier this morning, we had a story where ADOT posted a photo, and it was kind of ingested. They had a picture of a dumpster fire on the freeway, on the 101, and I can't remember exactly what their post was, but they kind of made a little bit of fun of it, like, yeah, this is a real dumpster fire. And today, I kind of felt like, woo, dumpster fire. I'm all over the place.
Oh, well. Snap out of it.
Oh, and I wanted to say to everyone in the chat, hello. I am trying to respond, but it won't let me, so we're trying to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not ignoring anyone.
Okay, good to know.
Also,
What?
if you had a significant other aside from your spouse, don't. Well, I there's no smooth transition.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Do you want me to get into it?
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's happening
Hi,
here.
Husky Mom.
All right. So
I'm literally all over the place.
it's fine. You know what? Just take a little break.
Okay.
And you deserve it. Yeah, hydrate. It's a little hot out there. But this is a story that has gone viral. You probably have opened up your computer. People are talking about it all over the place. This crazy thing that happened at a Coldplay concert. So we're going to get right into it because our friends over at TMZ, they're also looking into it.
I need all the information.
We sure do.
Hi.
Branson, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. Good to see you.
Good to see you. All right. So can you give us, maybe if people have not seen this video yet, I actually think we have the video.
We have the video. Give us the background. What happened?
We're going to play the video and you kind of talk over what exactly is happening.
Sure. So yeah, this video went viral over the week, and this is a Coldplay concert out in Boston. And on the Jumbotron, during one of the songs, Chris Martin was looking at a couple on the screen. That they typically do this at each concert, but in this specific video that's gone viral, we see a man and a woman, and he's holding her. They're getting cozy, and all of a sudden, when they notice they're on the screen, they book it. Now, for context, this man has been identified as astronomer CEO Andy Byron, and the woman with him is not his wife, not his girlfriend. It is the HR chief of that company, Astronomer, and her name is Kristen Cabot. So obviously there's been some identification that's been going on with people doing some digging on these two, but this went massive.
Okay.
There are over 30 million views.
Branson, how did they identify this guy? Come on. How do we know who this guy is?
I mean, he is a massive, Astronomer is a massive company, a $1 billion company. So he's not a celebrity, essentially, right? So there's at least one person in that stadium that had to have known who he was just by seeing his face, as well as this video going viral for what it was. People are going to recognize this guy based on, he's very public. He's on LinkedIn. He's all over the internet, articles, and so forth.
All right, let me ask you this, though, because I think it was the reaction that got the attention of everybody.
Yes.
Because if they just, I guess, held that embrace.
Or you know what I would have done? Turned around and done like one of those dramatic movie embraces where the guy like dips you down. You can't see anyone's face.
Right. I mean, I completely agree with you. We've been saying this all day. If they had just not reacted the way that they reacted and made it a spectacle, made it a funny moment, then people would not have done any digging on this, possibly would have been like not even filming or even posted this video. Right. But again, it's a massive concert. There had to be at least one person in that stadium that would have seen that and maybe noticed it. It still could have happened. But in the moment, things like this happen. They were probably already a little bit cautious, already on guard. So when they saw themselves on this massive screen, they immediately just freaked out, and it was instinct.
And it is so crazy how this has blown up. I mean, there are meme after meme. People are reposting it. They're adding their 2 cents about what happened. I just think from kind of maybe more of like a pop culture aspect, it's kind of crazy to see how this has really taken off, Branson.
I agree. And not just on social media, just today, even this morning on SportsCenter, I just saw a clip right before I jumped on here.
Everyone is talking about it.
As the show opened, they were holding each other exactly the way they were in that video.
Gosh.
And once he noticed the camera, did the exact same thing. So I think just wait, guys, just wait for SNL on Saturday. This is going to be a big
you're
one.
right. Are they on hiatus though, or are they still filming? Because you're right, that's going to be a good one. Branson, I was going to ask you this though, because evidently there was and I think you guys did some research on this. There was a response, quote unquote response, that came out from him, but you guys have kind of debunked that. Is that true?
Yeah, so if you saw the statement that allegedly came out today, it's been everywhere on X, all over social media. It's a statement that's allegedly from the Astronomer's CEO, Andy Byron, the man in the video. And it's a pretty short statement saying that he was very sorry. He didn't like that this is supposed to be a private moment for him. And then the funny part is that at the end of that statement, and this is where it kind of comes off as not real, the end of that statement, there is a Coldplay quote from the song Fix You. You know, that song, Lights Will Guide. It just didn't look real, essentially, right? So everybody immediately thought, okay, is this real? But we did some digging here at TMZ, and we've completely found out it is not real. There has been no statement from either side, neither his wife, neither this woman, Kristen Cabot, neither him. No one's spoken about it just yet. As soon as right now, I just looked at this before.
Okay.
Let me point this out. There is a victim or victims. We don't know if the woman was married, but you know this guy's poor wife. We don't know what the exact situation, their marital status is, but if he's married, there's a wife. I think we reported earlier she's already taken down her Facebook page and any posts, and and so I mean this has to be a tough thing for them. Point number 2, I really want both of your opinions, you guys. There is a woman. We don't know if she's with that couple or not. You see her right there in the screen, kind of laughing, putting her hand up on her face, like, "Uh-oh!"
Right there, you
they
see her
got
on the
caught.
left.
What's your reaction, you guys, both of you? Do we know? Do we think she's a friend? And
Branson, correct me if I'm wrong. I think they did identify her as working with the same company, right?
They did. Okay.
They did. I don't know the exact title of her. I know it is out there, at least right now. But yes, she is a part of the company. She was with them. So, I mean, from first glance, I could tell this person was with them because when I see that face that she makes right there, that smile, that's that smile of, I know that this is not going to be good. I know this is not going to be a good thing.
It's that ick smile where she's like, oh no, what is going on?
Okay, another theory.
Oh, okay. We got theories going on, Branson. You ready for this?
Could this be?
I'm ready.
Could this be a little publicity stunt to get more people to listen to Coldplay?
You know what? That ran through my mind.
There is absolutely Coldplay would never play in this.
I don't know.
I don't know. Think so.
You know what? It actually came to my mind because, okay, Branson, how often are we talking about Coldplay when it comes to anything in pop culture?
I saw a meme that said, that was supposedly from him saying, I apologize for being a Coldplay fan. Not only did I like the old stuff, I like the new stuff.
I'm actually a big Coldplay fan, guys.
They've got some good songs.
When you guys say, I don't know when people are talking about Coldplay, I listen to Coldplay on the way home from work every day. So I can't really answer to that.
Oh, all right. I know you guys kind of track everything that's going on your website. This one must be getting tons of clicks.
Yes. I mean, we've been doing story after story. When this came out yesterday, we all just couldn't even believe it. Everybody was laughing their butts off in the office. But I will say that there was another article that we put out about an interview. We got a piece of the interview that the person recording this video in the arena did with the Sun. And this is interesting, too. She said that she was shocked about how big it became. She didn't know posting this, it would get over 30 million views. And she did end up saying that she actually felt a little bit bad for both of them. Mostly feels bad for his wife, saying that she hopes that she gets a second chance at happiness. But at the end of this, said that at the end of the day, you know, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes, right?
Yeah,
I guess you're right.
So she just posted because she thought it was funny. She probably didn't know, you know, who the people were, what was going on.
And you know what I think was funny too?
Exactly.
Because Chris Martin even kind of makes a joke in one of the videos that has audio. You can hear him say like, oh, what's going on with those two? Are they having an affair? Like he kind of made a joke about it just because the reaction was so bizarre. Probably little did he know that this is happening as well.
Branson,
did you see the video after that though?
No, I haven't seen that one.
There's another video. It's on our website where he notices another couple they put on the cam, and then that couple he clarifies beforehand, saying, "Hey, just making sure. Are you guys dating? Are you guys a couple?"
So they give like a thumbs up or thumbs down.
So, did Coldplay really issue a statement saying we're not going to have those cameras just in case? We're going to have a section for people who come with their quote side piece. Is that true? true
I
that
think
Coldplay, or was that again another?
See, it's so funny that all these like statements are coming out so quickly, right?
I know.
But no, I cannot confirm that one just yet. Again, people are just throwing up stuff on the internet right now, especially on Facebook. Everybody's reading it and believing it. But it's really important to fact check these things.
Yeah.
Really, just make sure you're checking, Coldplay's original Instagram profiles, verified profiles for all these people, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Branson, any other big stories that you guys we've got about 2 minutes left. If you had any other cool things that you guys are following today, not to put you on the spot like this, but if you have any other.
I'm trying to think.
But we're putting you on the spot.
We've got several. Our mornings are our busiest time.
Oh, I can only imagine.
In terms of the biggest stories we've been talking about, Pete Davidson having his first child. We saw Leonardo DiCaprio on a yacht with Victoria Soretti. So if you're into Leonardo DiCaprio and her, you can check that out.
How old is Victoria?
I should know this.
That's okay.
Well, above 25
maybe
or
the
below.
chat can help us out here.
Yeah.
Above 18 or below.
Hopefully she's
but if
above
it's
18.
26, that's a problem, right?
Does your newsroom react the way ours does? When we have breaking news or something big's coming in, everyone's like, okay.
And everybody gathers at a desk and looks at what's going on.
Yeah. Is that what you guys do too?
Yes. Actually, I have to tell you about this. We actually just finished doing this on our YouTube channel. We are doing this massive new thing for TMZ Live where we have camera crews here in the office live on YouTube, and you can actually go on the chat just like you guys are doing right now. We just finished this up in our newsroom. We do these each day at 9:30 Pacific time. You can watch Harvey, watch Charles as news is breaking. Just a couple weeks ago when the Diddy verdict came out, you can also see this on our YouTube channel. It was a spectacle in here. We did the same thing, live reactions. Our newsroom gets pretty amped up when big news happens, especially when there's a high profile death, for example. It becomes a different environment. Right now, it's a little calm behind me right now because we're searching for new angles and everything. People are making calls, but it can get pretty hectic in here.
We get that big buzz, like when Diddy came down, everyone's like, okay, Diddy's down, Diddy. And then everyone like sits down at their desk quietly and you hear all the televisions turned up and everyone's watching different channels and all the different sources to see what's happening. Were you shocked by that one?
Everybody in here was shocked. I remember I was standing right there when that was read out, when they announced it in our newsroom that he was acquitted on the most serious charges being RICO and the sex trafficking charges, only actually, found guilty of the lesser charges, transportation to engage in prostitution. We were shocked in here. Harvey Levin I remember I looked at his face, his mouth was open when he heard that he was acquitted on this. And the fact that he might only spend 21 months in prison or just around, a couple years, it's very possible. And that's very shocking for us.
All right. Well, Branson, thank you again. Have a great weekend. We appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. We love TMZ around here.
Love you guys. Talk to you soon.
We'll see you in 2 minutes, you guys. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, you guys. Excuse me. We are so lucky to have our next guest here. I have been excited since we booked you. This is Martin Hellmer, former FBI agent, joining us here this morning because, you know, the reason I wanted to talk to you, and I think this is just so interesting and kind of sad at the same time, there was a report that came out that said Arizona ranked among the riskiest U.S. state for financial cybercrime,
right?
Which just kind of, I guess, we all kind of get those cyber or those spam phone calls, those spam texts. These spammers are getting so creative and really good at what they're doing, and unfortunately, they're taking advantage of Arizonans.
Maybe break down, if you can, first what these crimes look like, how they're targeting their victims.
Okay, sure.
And nice and close for us.
Yeah, you kind of got to get right up in there.
Absolutely. And I'll say this: that you mentioned, Ty, that they're getting better and better.
Yeah.
AI is helping a ton because a lot of these scams are emanating from overseas, from people whose first or native language isn't English. AI is helping them draft the scam emails to us, make them look like they're native speakers. Now with AI, they can emulate someone's voice, through a phone call and make it sound legitimate, like it's a native speaker. So and they can do that via text too. So what these scams look like, and I'll tell you this: I think you're referencing the 2024 FBI Internet Crime Report that was released in May. They release an annual report, and they have been doing so since the year 2000. So this was the 25th year that they've released these stats. And what it is it's just an amalgamation of all of the reports of crime from the general public to the FBI for the year 2024. And I can tell you this: every year since they started releasing this report, including this year, internet crime in particular, is on the uptick. This year, 2024, there were $17 billion in reported crimes.
I received a text. We're at the grocery store, and I received a text message from Wells Fargo, a bank, and it said, if you authorize this purchase, click on this link or call this phone number. And it looked so legitimate that I actually called the phone number, and it was not a correct phone number. So obviously my next step is call the bank, but they're good.
They're real good.
They're really good.
And you asked me what's their approach. It's a shotgun approach. So yeah, Arizona does have an unusually high number of victims of crimes. They're not targeting people in Arizona. These people are located outside of the United States for the most part. They don't care whether their victims are in Arizona or even in the United States.
They just want their money.
They just want money. They take a shotgun approach. It just so happens that we have a particularly vulnerable population in Arizona. We're the 14th most popular state. So you would think that we'd be probably the 14th most victimized state in terms of internet crime. We're not. Last year, we were the 9th most victimized.
Wow.
In 2023, we were the 8th most. And I think one of the stats that was included in the report that came out this year kind of tells the story. And that's the number of victims over the age of 60 in Arizona versus nationally. So nationally, the number of victims over the age of 60 was like 30%. So 30% of that 17 billion that I referenced were crimes reported by or victims who were over the age of 60. In Arizona, that number is 50%. So people come here to retire, and they bring with them money that they've accumulated over their lives to do so.
That they've worked hard for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they just happen to be of a generation that didn't grow up with the internet.
Sure. And maybe a little bit more trusting, unfortunately.
I think it's that, more trusting and more naive to the dangers of what's out there on the internet. So I think that unfortunately, we need to talk to those loved ones, parents over the age of 60, like we do our children when we're talking to them about going online, because they're not aware of the dangers that are online. The internet is a bad neighborhood. It really is. There's bad guys lurking on every corner. They're trying to break into our computers, into our accounts, and we make it easy for them.
I think what's also difficult too is the recovering of assets, which when these people get them, it's almost impossible. You can't really find them. We can't track them. We can't get that money back.
These cases are hard for the FBI to work. The FBI doesn't have jurisdiction because of the fact that most of the criminals doing these crimes are located outside the United States. The FBI doesn't have jurisdiction to conduct investigations outside of the United States borders. However, what we do have are FBI agents stationed around the world who develop liaison relationships with our foreign law enforcement partners, such that when these cases inevitably take us outside U.S. borders, we do have the ability through liaison and sharing of information with these foreign law enforcement agencies to progress the cases. And we also have things called through the Department of Justice with other ministries of justice in other countries. We have mutual legal assistance treaties and extradition treaties. They are hard cases, but the FBI is working hard to establish relationships and further these investigations overseas in the places where they're emanating from. Eastern or Southeastern Asia, West Africa, other parts of the world where these crimes seem to emanate from. The FBI did have some success this year working with the Central Bureau of Investigations in India, taking down some scam call centers there, and other similar operations around the globe.
Let's talk about how do they actually scam someone? Because I know that there's the text messages, the phone calls, the phishing emails, things like that. What do people really need to be aware of? Because, if Anita is fallen victim to something like that, if you get the text message, what do you really need to look out for?
Because it looked like such a legitimate bank phone number.
And that's what they're getting very, very
it looked like a legitimate
savvy.
link that you should click on and call. It's like, call this 800 number. So actually, I take that back. I didn't call. I cross-referenced. I Googled the phone number to Wells Fargo.
Okay.
And I was like, that's not the right number.
Right.
So then I called Wells Fargo and said, is someone trying to hack my account? What's the last purchase? Everything was fine. But if somebody would have called that number, who knows what would have happened?
Yeah.
I think what people just need to realize is that every single one of those emails, text messages is a fraud. It's a scam. If there's a legitimate issue with your bank, they're probably going to send you a letter, right? Something old school, something in the mail. They are not going to text you a link to fix the issue. What that link probably was to a website that looked exactly like the Wells Fargo website, at which you could enter in your login credentials, and all you're doing is giving the bad guys your login credentials.
All of your info.
So no legitimate law enforcement agency is ever going to call you asking for money and tell you that they're going to come and arrest you if you don't pay. That is a fraud.
Yeah.
No legitimate tech support company is going to proactively contact you, whether it's when you're online. You get those pop-ups sometimes to tell you I detected explicit material on your computer. They're never going to do that. They're never even going to call you or text you. No legitimate tech support company.
They're going to send you guys in.
Right. Right.
That's a crime. Yeah.
So it just doesn't happen that way. Nor do toll collection. This is a trending scam right now. Text messages. I've received several from some company that says that they're collecting tolls for a bridge that I went over. That's all a fraud. All of these things are frauds.
We don't have tolls in Arizona.
No, but if you ever travel to
I'm from Illinois.
If you travel,
so
you never know. Yeah.
But if you haven't traveled outside the state and you get one of these, that should be a clue.
Yeah. How do people? I need to kind of mention it, but once you kind of, I've seen some of these stories, and some of these individuals, they give away tons of money to these scammers, and in some cases, it's almost impossible to get that money back unless you catch it right away.
Right, it is because of the nature of where the money's
going. And now they want
overseas.
What are those? Bitcoin,
cryptocurrency.
All the cryptocurrency stuff.
Yeah, I just heard about that.
So the FBI does have something called the financial fraud kill chain, and that is if you think that you've been the victim of a crime and you notify the FBI as soon as you realize it. Usually within the first 72 hours, whether the money has been transferred domestically or internationally. The FBI has had a ton of success using the financial fraud kill chain to claw back that money, to freeze it where it is, and then to claw it back.
Stop it, okay.
So people should, as soon as they realize or suspect, maybe I shouldn't have sent that money, notify the FBI as soon as possible. And the place to notify the FBI would be either online at ic3.gov, that's the letters IC, the numeral 3.gov, or call the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI.
Okay.
In 2024, one of the stats included in the report that we were talking about, the FBI was able to successfully recover 66% of an estimated $850 million that was fraudulently wired pursuant to these scams.
Yeah.
So they got back about $650 million.
We've got about 3 minutes left. We're just listening. It's so interesting.
It's interesting because I think we all know someone who has been victimized. We can all become victim. It just we're all easy targets unless we're smart about it.
You know, I was going to ask you this because I read this and I thought this was such a great idea. You know, you mentioned the voice recognition. You know, we're on TV every single day. They probably can mimic our voices to call our parents and try and extort money. Someone said to use a password, something that they could ask, be like, what's the password for XYZ?
So like if they call and say, hey, Ty's in jail in India, we need $50,000 to get him out, then your mom would say, well, what's the password?
Yeah.
That's
like, so you have, you know that this is legitimized. Yeah.
Sure.
And only Ty could give his kidnappers or whoever a password.
Yeah.
Right. And this is an especially popular scam here in Arizona because of proximity to Arizona. This is also a trending scam that's referenced in the report, but we're particularly vulnerable here in Arizona because of the large numbers of folks who are traveling back and forth across the border, and the ability to be able to use AI to mimic, in the case of what's called the grandparents emergency scam, a grandchild's voice. So many grandparents are receiving calls from what sounds like their grandchildren, saying that they've been kidnapped in Mexico and they need to wire money right away. This password idea is a great idea.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really
We'll
is.
have to have a safe word, Ty.
Yeah, we will. But I guess we've got about 50 seconds left, but you really do need to maybe talk to your loved ones about kind of being careful, not really taking everything for face value that you get through email, on the internet, or text, right? I mean, because that's the only way to really help yourself and save yourself some heartache.
Yes, 100%. So people need to change their viewpoint of the internet. It's a bad neighborhood, and treat it as such. There are bad people lurking everywhere. Don't trust anyone you've only ever met online, and talk to our loved ones who are elderly.
You're retired. You started a consulting business. 10 seconds. How do people find you?
They can find me at sunhawkconsulting.com.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. This was a wealth of information. We're going to have you back again. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here Monday.